Good morning and welcome to Main and Center. This is Chris Kalin, and it is my pleasure to welcome back to this segment being brought to you this morning by the Crossroads House. Welcome, Diane Saya. Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. How you doing today?
So far, so good, and it's great to have you with us. Two guests have joined Diane today. Diane, you care to introduce these two lovely young ladies?
Oh, it's my pleasure, Chris. Today I brought with me Lolette Hittle and Norma Jensen, and they are volunteers at Crossroads House, and they've become good friends and shift mates over the years. So it's my pleasure to introduce first Lolette.
Lolette Hittle. Very nice to meet you, Lolette. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Shift mates. I can just see the two of them working together. That's trouble.
Yeah. Could be.
Lolette, tell me a little bit about you. Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Holland, New York.
Holland?
Graduated from high school there.
Yeah?
Not too far away.
Yeah, the Motor Speedway down there. I'm familiar with the area.
Yeah.
Graduated from school there.
Yes.
What did you do for a career? Were you a homemaker? Did you get into the workforce?
Well, I worked in restaurants around this area for 25 years. In the last 10 years, I worked for New York State DDS, so with mentally handicapped.
Okay. Very good. I got to ask you, how did you get involved with the Crossroads House? What was the inspiration to join up?
Well, I've been at Crossroads House for 20 years, and when I first went, I was sitting in church, and there was a bulletin in our bulletin that said Crossroads House needed volunteers, and I felt that God led me to go there, and I've been there ever since.
So you felt the calling.
Yes.
Well, I'm grateful that you did. What role do you do as a volunteer there? What is it? What type of work do you do when you're there?
Our main goal is to work every week you can devote as much time as you want, but we have a Thursday shift from 12 to 4.
Oh, boy.
And we take care of the patients. Their needs are met in any way possible. If they want us to sit with them, we sit with them. If they want privacy, we give them privacy.
Sure.
But we're always there at a second notice that we can come in and help.
So you deal with the patients, right? One-on-one.
Yes.
With the residents, I should say.
Yes.
Why is the Crossroads House the best type of care around? Why be involved with it?
It's hard to explain sometimes.
Sure.
But they come because they have 3 months or less to live.
Right.
And we want to make that the best time for them possible. So we're there at a moment's notice. If they ring their bell, we're in there. It's not like facilities where
they're a patient.
Right. We become part of their family.
They're a resident.
Yes.
And it's their house.
That's absolutely right. They can bring personal things in. They brought in their dog, their cat. We try to make it personal for them. 20
years. That's amazing. She needs an award.
Yes.
And you during that 20 years, you've made an acquaintance in Norma Jensen. How long have you two been running roughshod at the Crossroads House?
Well, I've been very blessed to be partners with some pretty nice people, but Norma probably is my favorite.
Yeah.
We have a good time, and we've become very good friends, and probably 3 years now we've been partners. 4 years we've been partners.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, it does.
Terrific. That's Lolette Hittle. Lolette, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Chris.
Norma Jensen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from originally?
I hail from the little town of Bennington. Been around a little bit here and there after high school, traveled and stuff. Came back home and married the man of my life, Rick Jensen. 43 years we've been married, 3 kids, 1 grandson, and just enjoying life out of the country.
That's the way it should be.
It is.
You're living a good life.
I do. I like my life.
Happy. That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm jealous. That's what we hope to aspire to. Norma, So you got the family thing going. Bennington, that's south of Buffalo? Where is that?
You know, it's out past Attica, New York.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little town.
Okay. All right.
It's you know,
home.
We always say it's on the right side of the bridge, is Bennington.
Awesome. So why did you get involved? What inspired you to start at Crossroads House?
My mom was a nurse and very giving and taking, and she was just very inspiring to me. She was definitely my role model.
Mm-hmm.
And she passed at Crossroads House.
Okay.
So I just felt there was something I needed more to do in my life, just something fulfilling. And Crossroads was there because of the care she got and the comfort that I felt being there with her and the caregivers. And I just kind of want to go back and repay that. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm there, is because of my mom.
A volunteer debt, so to speak.
Correct. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
The outlook on death. Diane and I have talked about this through the years and previous members of the Crossroads House. How has it changed between death and dying from before you worked there to after your mom was there?
Well, I think as a kid, we lived kind of by a cemetery, and it scared me.
Me too.
It literally scared me to think that the process that goes on there.
Yes.
You know, and then just what happens at a cemetery. So as I got older, I didn't think about it so often, you know, it kind of put it in the back of your head. And then you get something involved at Crossroads, and it changes your whole outlook on life.
Right.
Because I think now the dying process, what I learned, is very peaceful, very, I don't know the exact wording, but just, it's nice. It's quiet, and it's so comforting,
right.
to, you know, if that's a way to put death, but peaceful and comforting, I find it, you know. And so it doesn't bother me. Mm-hmm. I find it almost, like I said, peaceful.
So it has changed for the better.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Now, you team up with Lolly, and one of you does one thing better than the other one does. You have your better at this and that.
Yes.
What is your role as a volunteer? What do you think that you're best at?
I think between the two of us type thing, I think I have like the better skills to communicate. If there's a problem happening in the room, or if there's issues starting to arise, I think I can go in there and calm somebody down. Mm-hmm. And then Lolly does the other things that I just don't want to do.
Yeah. So you are, in essence, a good team working together.
We really are. I just look forward to working with her every Thursday. I adore it. I truly appreciate her and look up to her. She's been a great mentor for me to be there.
Something that a resident or maybe a family member told you that you're never going to forget.
I had this lady. She was wonderful. She had been there quite a while. We all got to know her and her family very well. She was kind of like a truck driver kind of lady, but a lady still. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as her time was coming on and closer, she became stern, like she didn't want to do a lot of things. So I got into my shift that afternoon, and they said she's absolutely refusing all her meds. And I said, well, we can't have that. She's got to have these meds, or she's just going to make herself more miserable. So I got her meds down, and it was a good thing. Mm-hmm. And her husband had looked over and whispered, "Thank you." And I gave him a thumbs up and stuff. And I started to walk out of the room, and I'm sure you'll probably have to bleep this out, but she says, and I said, I don't care. You got your meds. That's all I cared about.
That's right. Terrific.
She was just a kind lady, and it was, to me, that was meaningful. I don't care. It was fun.
I'm glad you shared that with us. Thank you, Norma Jensen and Lolette Hittle. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Diane, you want to wrap it up?
Thank you, Chris. I just want to say to everybody that the benefits of volunteering are so many. Lolly and Norma are two of our prized caregivers, and they do other things in the house too. And I know Lolly's pretty modest about it, but she's one of our awesome bakers and responsible for the wonderful aroma in our house many times. And Norma has an interest in gardening and making our front porch look lovely. So if anybody has time on their hands or just wants to engage with our wonderful people at Crossroads House, give us a call, 343-3892. We would love to talk to you.
This segment of Main and Center has been brought to you by the Crossroads House.